Do you believe that elves exist? And I'm not talking about the ones from the Lord of the Rings movies. If you go ask a random person on the street whether they believe elves exist or not, they'll probably look at you like you're insane or ate one too many cookies. But if you were to ask this question in Iceland, many people might respond with an affirmative yes. Many polls over the years have shown that the majority of Icelanders believe in elves to some degree. Late last year, a judge even halted the building of a road in Iceland because it may disturb elves living in the area. So do elves exist or not? I'm asking you to keep an open mind and check out these other accounts of elf encounters. Number 1. Little people mummy found. The Cherokee Native Americans spoke of Yunwi-Tsunsdi, which literally means little people. They were described as kind and helpful, barely reaching the height of a man's knee. The natives of Hawaii spoke of the Menehune, a plentiful race of little people who built cities, fished, and farmed. The Shoshone natives of Wyoming also spoke of little people, the am-bea, whom they feared offending, as they were known to shoot people with arrows if offended. In 1932, a mummy was found in the Pedro Mountains, close to where the Shoshone lived. It was examined by the anthropology department at Harvard University and at the American Museum of Natural History. It was originally identified as belonging to a 65-year-old man, though it is just over a foot tall. The mummy was lost after one of its owners died. Other people in the Pedro Mountains region have told stories of finding similar tiny mummies, as documented in books about local folklore. 2. Little people's burial site in Ohio. The American Journal of Science published an account in 1837 of a strange discovery in Coshocton, Ohio. Quote, from some remains of wood still apparent in the earth around the bones, the bodies seem all to have been deposited in coffins. And what is still more curious is the fact that the bodies buried here were generally not more than from 3 to 4.5 feet in length. They are very numerous and must have been tenants of a considerable city, or their numbers could not have been so great. A large number of graves have been opened, the inmates of which are all of this pygmy race. Similar burial grounds have been found in Tennessee and near St. Louis in Missouri. 3. Bulldozing operation inexplicitly halted in suspected elf habitat. In 1996, an attempt to bulldoze a hill in Kopagorj, Iceland inexplicitly failed. The hill, which was to be cleared for a graveyard, was believed to be occupied by elves. During the operation, 2 bulldozers inexplicitly malfunctioned. Television cameras malfunctioned, unable to focus on the hill. Elf communicators, yes, they do exist, were called in and apparently were able to reach an agreement with the elves. The communicators said that the elves decided to leave, and after that, the machinery started to work. The event was even reported by the New York Times. Number 4. Elvish gathering in mangrove swamps. Stephen Wagner has been investigating the paranormal for 30 years and has written books on the subject, including Touched by a Miracle, True Stories of Ordinary People and Extraordinary Experiences. In an article, he tells of multiple accounts of elf encounters, including that of Paul in South Africa in 1986. Paul was hiking near the Mangrove Swamps Nature Reserve with a group of friends. At around 6 p.m., they came across an open space with rock formations. Paul told Wagner, quote, we looked around and witnessed little people sitting on the illuminated rock formations and others who were interacting with each other. The experience lasted about 10 seconds, and he estimated that there had been about 20 to 30 of these little people. They later returned to the same spot and found that the lights and the rock formations along with the little people were gone. Number 5. Hobbits found on an Indonesian island. In 2004, the fossils of small humanoid beings were found on the remote Indonesian island of Flores. The being, named Homo floresiensis, but better known as the Hobbit, stood about only 3 feet tall. The journal Nature explains that bones from several individuals were uncovered, showing that it was a society of people this size and not an anomaly. Now, do I believe that elves exist? If you're familiar with this channel, you know that I'm an extremely open-minded person about these things. To me, anything is possible. Now, do I think that elves are making us Christmas gifts or baking cookies in a treehouse? No, although that'd be really cool. But I can't stand here and tell you without a doubt that things like elves, they don't exist. I don't know that. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you think that elves exist? Or have you ever seen one? Let me know in the comments below. And again, guys, thanks so much for watching. See you later.